Hi everyone, welcome to TD Aquatic and another episode of our aquascaping journey. Today we'll be looking at dark start cycling for one of this tank that I finished set up. So it has been a week since this tank has been flooded. As you can see, the water has started to clear up. So now it's time to move it inside where we'll be planting and connect all the equipments to this tank and get it started on its planting. You may wondering why I have this tank sitting outside. It's not because you have to, but it's just that I ran out of space inside my house to accommodate this tank, so I just leave it outside. But as you can see, sitting outside even in direct sunlight, nothing is troubling. So the tank is doing a cycle and everything is still clearing up without any form of algae, even in direct sunlight. Okay, so it's time to move it inside, empty the water and get started on planting. But before we do that, equip yourself with a few different sizes hose and also an old toothbrush like so that we can go through and clean out as much as we can, especially around the glass, the rocks. Give it a final clean before we take out the water. So it's time to take out the water. What I'll do, I'll get a decent sized hose, put it in an empty bucket. So basically I'll just go through, suck out the water, run through around all the rocks and the edges, suck out as much as debris as I can and give it that final clean while taking the water out at the same time. So as you can see, the water is coming out of this hose. In the meantime, I use this hose, run through all the edges and the rocks and the gaps, sucking out all of these fallen pieces and whatever left of it, and clean out as much as I can. Everything is glued down well, so nothing will move. So this go for future maintenance as well. I'll be doing the same thing, even though the tank is fully planted. This help keeping everything nice and clean and in tip-top condition. So I've now replaced my hose because now that the water level going down, the larger hose won't be able to thoroughly suck out all the water. So it's best to equip yourself with different sizes hose for different application. So in this case, this size hose be able to handle this job and suck out the remaining of the water and keep it to a lower level that we require so that we can start moving this tank. So there we have it. Water's coming out to an acceptable level. Nothing is remain of this old water, which is quite important because we'll be replacing this tank with all brand new water, and then we can start planting. And that's it. So everything is nice and clean, and we can start moving this tank into its place and get started on planting. There she is, all nice and clean. All the water has been taken out. Just run through the reason why I usually dark start most of my scape. Is for the very reason that I don't clean my rocks or woods prior to scaping. I use it straight from the supply or the local fish stores, because with most of my scape I'll be running it thoroughly with super glue. So therefore by dark starting the tank, I'll be able to take out all the, I believe to be chemical, dirt and build up within the woods and the rocks and the super glue a week or two prior to planting, and that also give me opportunity to readjust anything that I miss or everything that's falling apart during this soaking period. So I find that very easy to maintain, and also adjusting the scape prior to planting. After emptying the water, I have now moved this tank inside. I have got the lighting set up, and I'll be borrowing the CO2 connector from here and share it with this tank. I'll be picking up some plants later today, and I'll keep you guys updated with what I have in mind for this tank in terms of planting. Thank you for joining me in this episode, and seeing you in the next one. Bye.